So, welcome back to session number 2. From the earlier discussion, we conclude that Sanskrit is to be considered as a language, and we have a rich collection of Sanskrit ancient texts which deals with many of the latest topics, maybe from all the fields: science, social science, environmental science, economics, and management, and all such topics. So, the gist of the discussion was we need to know the basics of Sanskrit language. Namo Namaha. Let us further see few more examples of Sanskrit shlokas from various subjects. As you can see, uh, the three shlokas that are seen on the slide, one is from mathematics subject, one is from health sector, and another is a spiritual thought. The first one says, संयोगश्चान्तरं भागो गुणो वर्गो घनस्तथा द्वे मूले चेति सामान्यम ashtangam ganitam smaret. So it actually gives the reference of basic mathematical operations a common man is required to know. If a person knows these eight uh, activities or eight processes from mathematics, that much is enough for his day-to-day life. The process of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, these are the four basic arithmetic operations, and the other four are square, square root, cube, and cube root. So how easily one can give what are the requirements of a common man by just two lines. So this is the beauty of Sanskrit language. In less number of words, much of the information can be conveyed. The next says, Samadoshaha samagnischa samadhatu malakriyaha prasannatmendriya manaha swastha itti abhidhiyate. So this shlok depicts the characteristics of a person uh, whom to call a healthy person. What are the characteristics which will lead a person to be called as a healthy person? An individual who is in the state of equilibrium of body's doshas, that is humors, agni, that is digestive fire, dhatus, that is tissues, malakriya, that is excretions, and whose atma, that is soul, indriya, that is senses, and mana, that is mind, all are happy, is considered to be a healthy person. So this is related to health of an individual. So what are the characteristics to be considered? So this can be applied by every individual. Had we known this, we could have tested it for ourselves. Every individual can test whether I am healthy or not, or to what extent I am healthy. In that sense, the fuzziness is also included in this, or can be included in this. Then the third one, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. This is somewhat spiritual aspect. What is visible is infinite. Purna, that is translated as infinite. It can be translated as whole also. So this particular term, as referred in the Sanskrit literature, is considered as inclusive, including all. So whole, use of the word whole will be more appropriate, or infinite can also be used. What is invisible is also infinite. Out of infinite, being finite comes out, yet what remains is infinite. So this actually tells us about a spiritual thought, how we should deal ourselves So such a high level thought is conveyed in just 2 lines. So these three examples actually give a diversified area wherein the Sanskrit literature gives us a healthy knowledge framework. Now, there is one more aspect which we can correlate nowadays in terms of NAC documentation or everywhere. We come across the term mentor-mentee scheme, which can be correlated to the earlier existing scheme of Guru Shishya. Guru Shishya Parampara in ancient India, it was very common. There are similar aspects, but there are drastic differences also if we try to compare these two. A guru, he assumed the comprehensive responsibility for a shishya. So, in all aspects, the shishya was dependent on the guru. Gurukul system was there. Coexistence of guru and shishya for all the 24 by 7 clock cycle. In case of mentor mentee, it is a professional relationship uh, to share uh, professional and personal skills. The mentor guides or helps the mentees, so that is the difference. Uh, then in Guru Shishya Parampara, the characteristics of a Shishya who is a good student, that is also clearly stated. So, what are the attributes to be held by a Shishya? So, Smriti, Medha, uh, so all these attributes are expected to be held by a Shishya, then and then only he will be called as a good Shishya. Mentees in mentor-mentee scheme, mm, the mentor works for uh, the well-being of the students. Mentors can also help their mentees in handling failures. This is an important aspect nowadays. We come across the situations of students getting into depression. So for that reason, also mentoring is required. So that is actually the requirement of current era more relevantly, and the role of mentoring is very evident in that case. Then Guru Shishya relationship is lifelong and all enduring, whereas mentor mentee relationship is short term. As long as they the mentor as well as mentee coexist at that particular time span, the relationship is there. Afterward, it is not guaranteed. So it is actually in line with the today's fast paced environment. That is the difference. Now we come across the term 1 is to 20 ratio, mentor mentee ratio, that is available in the documentation. The considering the population, that is the requirement 1 is to 20, maybe more ratio will be required in future. But in Gurukul system, obviously there might be 20 students coexisting or living simultaneously, but the starting point of, or the relationship start point we can say, was different for every individual. So in that sense, this relationship was one on one. That was possible at that time. In today's world, it is hardly possible. The examples, Dronacharya and Arjun, Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, these are the well known examples of Guru Shishya pairs. In mentor mentee scheme, there is no bulk knowledge transfer, rather, it is providing guidance as per requirement, as per the inquiry from the mentee. So, Guru Shishya Parampara was a slightly holistic approach, whereas mentor mentee scheme is a professional approach. So, we have to actually shift to or slightly delve into the area of Guru to help more or holistic development as we call in NEP 2020 also. So for that purpose, our involvement is more or required to be more. Then another aspect that needs to be discussed is why the Sanskrit text or Sanskrit literature is required to be revisited again. This is a case related to Newton's law, which we everybody is familiar with. Newton's law of motion. It was given in 18th century by Sir Isaac Newton, the famous physicist. But before Newton, such laws were given by Rishi Kanad. So he has given these in the form of sutra, Vaisheshik Sutra in 600 BCE. So far before the Newton, this Rishi Kanad has given them in Sanskrit Sutra form. Uh, Vaisheshik Sutra discusses the role of gravity in the falling object. That is nothing but the Newton's law. So it has analogy with the Newton law. And that is required to be known by every science student, that such type of exactly similar laws presented in the form of sutra were available in ancient India. It's actually our great privilege that we had such scholarly people amongst us. So one more point I would like to highlight at this point. I got this reference of Newton's law correlated with the Kanad Sutra from a research paper, and this research paper is written by a second year mechanical engineering student from Tamil Nadu. So this is I think more important. At second year level, students are finding the things from the ancient literature and trying to correlate them with the current scenario. So this is a very nice thing, so congratulations to that guy. Next, another case study. uh, there are two famous patent cases. Nowadays, we listen to these terms very often. IPR, intellectual property rights. The current era is of knowledge. Rather, we will be fighting. The next 50 years will be knowledge war in general. So, for that, we need to know these cases. The first one was related to turmeric, halad as we call it. We have used turmeric in our day-to-day life, in our cooking, for healing purposes. Uh, we use turmeric very often, so it's a common practice in Indian homes. But uh, there was a case in 1995. The United States Patent and Trademark Office granted a US patent to two Indian American scientists at University of Mississippi. So this was the case because of not available documentation at global level. Everybody knows that turmeric is used for household cooking purposes as well as for its medicinal usages in Indian homes across the country, and it is being used since ancient times. So thousands of years we are using it, but still, because of lack of documentation, the patent was granted to American persons. American patent was granted. So it was challenged. So it was re-examined, and the Council for Scientific and Indian Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. Uh, so in 1996, this was stayed. The patent was on hold, and after producing relevant documents, around 100 scientists under the leadership of Dr. Mashelkar. This is a very well known case, so I am using the name of the person also. So 100 scientists across India produced different references from regional languages. We are talking of not only India, Akhanda Bharat we are talking about, since we are actually referring to ancient India, Akhanda Bharat. So references from Sanskrit, Urdu, and some other regional languages were also found out by around 100 scientists and produced before the United States. And after a 10-year long fight, we won the battle regarding the turmeric. But for that, near about 100 scientists had to fight for around 10 years. So this was because of lack of documentation and lack of knowledge to the common persons or the current scientists who were not exactly knowing what is the use of, rather it was not documented. So this is the global requirement nowadays. So that's why in NAC also, in NBO also, they ask for patents, copyrights. Whatever work you have done, it should be documented, authentically documented, which is accepted by the globe. So that is what is the current requirement. Another example was similar, related to neem, kadulimba. So neem oil was actually, the patent was granted in 1994, but again it was challenged, and after some research, the patent was cancelled. So the neem case, it also was cancelled on 2005. So a long battle was fought uh, to regain our Indian culture. So these are the two examples related to patent cases, which again give the necessity for knowledge of or use of Sanskrit in today's education system. Had we known or had we documented these things earlier, we would not have faced such situations at global level. So this is what is the requirement. So that is why NEP 2020 includes the course IKS, Indian Knowledge System. So Indian refers to the Akhanda Bharat. So all those who lived here for substantial time and imbibed the culture, that we call as Indian. Then knowledge, literary form, documented, that is more important. Efforts are initiated by government of India also regarding this. So literary form of knowledge, and practices which are transferred from generation to generation. And system, it is organization of knowledge which is easily comprehensible. So that is what is the requirement, and it is included in NEP 2020. Now, why IKS is included? To overcome the drawbacks of previous education system, which actually dealt with mugging up, rote learning as we call it. Remember, don't understand, no scope for intellectual growth. Then the important aspect for inclusion is to fight the patent war. So we need this knowledge system, and to preserve ancient Indian knowledge, and to preserve the mother of all Indian languages, that is Sanskrit.